Welcome to Fame Game. How do I describe my guest on the show today? Do I call her Shamini and Siddharth Vetimoni's daughter-in-law, Sanjay's wife, Arya's mother? Or do I say Tikiri from Gaadi? Prasanna Vitanage's Gaadi, ranked as one of the 100 best Asian films not to be missed, aka Dinara Punchihewa.
Welcome, Dinara. Nice to have you on our show. I'm sure Kumar has spoken to you several times before, but
she's fed up of me.
Yeah, but there's more to know about you. He started with Gaadi, so let's start with Gaadi. What was your experience like and the aftermath of the movie?
Honestly, it was an incredible experience, and I think for me it was my debut film, and working with Mr. Prasanna Vithanage, as a starter, as a newcomer, was just wonderful. I learned so much.
You had a wonderful cast also, right?
I did, and I acted with Sajitha. There was Airangani Serasinghe, Mr. Ravindra Randaniya, so many legends. So very grateful for the opportunity. I think the film also was received very well. I look back now and I can't believe it was, it's been like 3 years.
Looking back, how did that ladies' college English-speaking girl with a degree from overseas run barefoot in the jungle?
It was hard. I would say the first 2 days was hard. I would pick up the thorns from my feet every day.
Did you bleed?
Yeah. We went to the hospital a few times for dressings and things like that. But I think because seeing Sajitha do it also gave me a bit of motivation, Someone else is doing it, I can do it. And then after a while, it just became.
Talking of hospital, didn't the Digana hospital have a Gaadi ward for COVID?
Did they? No,
there was something?
No. We shot before COVID, way before COVID. But yeah.
So, what is the aftermath of the movie, like from the responses and the reviews that you got from
Have you met
fans?
real-life Rodias?
Yes, I did. I actually met a Rodia. Basically, he came and he introduced himself to me saying, I'm actually from the Rodi cast. And this was in Kandy when we went to screen our film. He came with his girlfriend and he was saying he changed his surname because the girlfriend's parents wouldn't let her marry him. So it's still prevalent. The caste system is still very prevalent, I guess, in Kandy and certain parts of Sri Lanka. But I think the aftermath of the film was just people were aware of this dark history. And also, I guess for me also as an artist, it opened up a lot of doors. And I'm really grateful.
So were you happy that you got a role in this magnitude to be your debut film?
Yes. I'm so happy. I'm thrilled. I wanted to be an actress since I was a child. So I would say this was a great stepping stone for sure.
What might have been the negative comments you got for Tikiri? What's good is good anyway. But
to be honest, very few. I did see a few things on social media, not on my social media, but just in general, the page, saying, Tikiri was very brutal, very mean and things like that.
But that's about your character.
Yeah, about my character.
Was.
And I think I did,
you have justified the character.
So I think that's what she's supposed to be. Because she's from the noble caste at that time.
It was because of her that the entire village was butchered.
Exactly.
She let it happen.
Yeah. So I think as Dinara, I think I did justice to the character.
Peacock Clement, Baby Farm. Not out as yet.
Not out as yet.
Why?
I don't know actually. I think with Sri Lankan films, it takes time for it to release. There's also a huge waiting list. You go through censor board. And in this case, our director is also overseas. So just waiting for it to release. I think hopefully this year. Hopefully.
So you are a loving mom now.
Yes.
Soon after the movie.
Arya is one.
What is that feeling like?
Honestly, I think my baby is 1 now, and I think the love that you feel for your child is so deep, and I think you truly do not understand unless you're a mom, and I think now I do. It's still very new, but it's incredible, and I'm actually enjoying every.
But you've not stopped working, right? Right throughout.
I never stopped. Yeah, I was teaching up until I gave birth, and then afterwards. There were lots of interview things that I did. I worked on a movie.
What?
Yes, I worked, with Udan Fernando. I did None Other Than.
Yes.
Yeah, so I worked on that. Then I worked on this Dubai TV show called Album.
So where's the time for your child?
You know, people think I'm like always out working or whatever. Like you just,
I just assumed.
But shooting is only like a week, or like 2 weeks. Like, for example, with that short film with Udans, it was a 3-day shoot. So yes, I had to be away for 3 days, and she chose to be sick on those 3 days.
And then?
So that was difficult, very, very difficult. So it's just about balancing and have a good support system. But other than for that, I'm always with my baby. So it's
So nice. You are new to the film industry.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have any relatives or any friends.
Nobody.
So you were casted from an audition.
Yes.
How did that happen, and with how many?
What was your number? I can't remember.
365. Yeah. I just went for an audition and I got this number.
Did you expect to be casted?
No, not at all. I didn't.
Any famous people also auditioned against you?
I didn't see any. I was just in this long queue. But the only thing that I noticed at the audition was that my name was written on a different paper. As in, like, they audition you and then they write your name. And there was this other paper with very few names.
The privileged list.
So when I saw that, I was like,
okay.
Shortlisted.
Maybe I'll get a role, maybe. And then, yeah, I got.
What do you think Prasanna saw in you to give you the role? What was the speciality you think? Later on, I mean, he would have told you, right? I chose you because of this.
He told me that it was my eyes, because he's always about the eyes of the actor. And just how it connects with the camera. I don't know, actually.
You never thought about it?
Yeah, I never thought about it.
How was your co-star? Was he helpful?
He was so great. He's an amazing guy. He's so talented. And I learned so much from him, actually. And we just had so much fun on set. So I think, being away from home, we were shooting for like 3 months in the jungle, almost 3 months. Didn't really feel it because the cast and crew was so close and well.
Prasanna, if you're watching us, you chose well. You chose really very well.
So
Rozanne has this question for actors and actresses who sit on the chair there. Go ahead.
No. It's not.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not like a famous question. I'm just wondering whether the Sri Lankan film industry has a casting couch.
The word casting couch, I think now it's outdated. I think, yes, it's still, casting couch exists in every field, I think, not only the acting industry.
That's true.
But now with the Me Too movement, social media, and just how things are done, it's almost non-existent. And I think at the end of the day...
But then, with due respect to the entire industry, if one was on a casting couch, one wants that role. So would one blow the top? One might blow the top 10, 15, 25 years later. But at that moment, those 1, 2, 3 years, one would keep shut. With due respect all around.
Again, to each their own. It might be happening, and for sure, I would say certain film castings and all of that, definitely.
It's an individual choice.
But it's an individual choice, and I think it's like that with every industry. It's just that the entertainment industry is so glamorous. So you want to speak about it or you don't want to speak about it. It's a thing. But just go to a corporate office. You don't want to know what's going on.
Yes.
So,
Tikiri and Gaadi had a lot of suggested nudity. Did that hurt your parents-in-law, your husband to be at that time?
No, not at all, actually. I was quite surprised. They all watched the film many times. My mom and my dad watched the film like 15 times.
They knew how it was shot, I think. Then they were comfortable.
So they
were comfortable.
Yeah.
And also, I think even for me, it's not like we were nude. We were, it was like the camera tricks, makeup artists, we were all covered, wearing skin-colored clothing, and so...
Tape.
Suggested nudity, that is the word.
Yeah. So, I think it was done well, and I think especially that particular scene that you're talking about in the film, very important scene. She was literally stripped of her nobility and forcibly married an outcast. So, I think, looking back, I think it was very important for the film.
Does your husband feel insecure having a glamorous wife? An actress said that.
Glamorous wife?
I used the word.
I'm not always glamorous.
Well, out in the public eye.
A famous.
Okay,
let's say.
famous. Okay,
No,
famous.
not at all. I mean, I would say he's a bit of an introvert. So I guess in a way, like coming for a premiere and all, he just struggles a little bit with the limelight. So sometimes he's standing next to me like a bodyguard, and I'm like, smile, smile, smile. Smile,
And he's tall.
And I'm like, don't just stand, smile. And and they're all like, husband, in. So I think he struggles with that a little bit, but I mean, he's very passionate about what he does, and he knows, how passionate I am. We both wanted to be, what we're doing now when we're small. So we both reached it, and I think he understands that.
Don't you want to reach out to the international film industry more? I mean, you have done something small, right?
Mumbai, there was work done there.
Yes.
And this recent
I actually do. In fact, I am actually at the moment trying to lock in an acting agent. So it is.
That's what we lack here, right? We don't have proper agents.
So it is very difficult.
Models have agents, but not actors.
Yeah, not actors. It doesn't work like that here yet in Sri Lanka for actors. But yes, I do want to. I did a couple of things. My most recent one was the UAE TV series, and we shot it last year. I'm currently screening on Abu Dhabi TV.
If you have to look out for a role, or if you want to do a particular role that has already been done, what would you choose?
I'd love
locally and internationally both.
Internationally, I'd love to play Gangu from Gangubai.
Oh, Alia Bhatt.
Yeah, I would love to play a role like that.
I think you'll fit in perfectly.
Yeah, I'd like to. And I think locally, tough. I'm now trying to think of.
Or anything that you'll want to play that has not played before.
In whose biopic would you want to
whose
play the
biopic?
lead role?
Maybe Sirimavu, Bandaranaika. I think I'd like to, if I could. Yeah, controversial, and I think when I put my hair in the middle like this, when she was younger,
you look like that also.
Maybe, I don't know. I think
The young Mahabalakan. Yes.
So you now start directing also?
actually, I directed a short film a couple of years ago, but I am not into direction. I don't think that is my thing. I tried it. Not my thing right now. I am writing a little bit of a script, still in the initial stages, maybe like in 10 years or something. Right now, I'm just focusing on being an artist, an actor.
Now, Yashoda, when we were chatting with her, she came up with this method of acting. Do you have a method of acting, or are you
method of consciously being unconscious, or I don't know, unconsciously being conscious? What did she say?
Do you have like a method, or are you a natural actor?
You know, for the longest time, I thought I had a method. I thought I was method acting, and in my previous interviews, I would have openly said I've been method acting, which, yes, a part of me has. But I think for me, when I get on, like, you know, because I do a lot of prep, so when I come on set and I just stand there, I'm the character. And I think over time, I have learned to also not take my character home.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do that in my first film. But after
Gaadi?
I couldn't do it. I was so upset after it finished. I felt like I lost a big part of
you. Yes.
You lost Tikiri.
I lost Tikiri, and I was, you know, it was a mess.
You had something of hers that you kept behind, right, as a memento?
No, I didn't. It was a pair of earrings.
The earrings, yes, you told me.
But no, I had to give it back. So.
Okay, I'm thinking of Tikiri while talking to you. I'm imagining Tikiri speaking here. Any one that inspires you to be an actress of today's day and age?
I mean, there are lots. I look up to a lot of people in the industry, locally, but also internationally. I've grown up watching a lot of international films, whether it was Hindi or, you know, Japanese films, Iranian films. At the moment, I really, you know, if I look at an international artist, I really, you know, I'm inspired by Alia Bhatt's journey, because I think she's worked really hard. She didn't start the
being an epoch.
Yeah, so, you know, she's worked so hard. And I think just in general, what inspires me is just to keep, I mean, like, I think sometimes I look at my mom and I'm like, I know she's not an actress and she's not an artist, but just like perseverance and just, you know,
determination
and things like
consistency.
that. So, yeah.
What's your take on social media? Like, you're not that strong on social
that's
media,
true.
right?
I'm trying.
Why not? As an actress, I think.
May I interrupt there? So the moment a person wins a reality show or a pageant, for example, and gets thousands and thousands of followers, automatically he or she is an actor or an actress. But you are not that. So how defining is social media in making a good actor or a good actress?
So for the longest time, my profile was on private. I only made it public when Gaadi came out, because I had to. I can't just be silent. So I am working. I'm trying to post more, and I'm trying to do those things, if I'm being honest. But I guess I'm a private person, especially with my family and my travels and things like that. I still post, little snippets here and there, what I choose to share.
What to share.
But you're not out there.
I'm not out there, but I'm trying. I'm trying to do
so
a
you think you should do more?
The thing is, with social media, I feel like I'm also not that person who take my phone out and say hi, good morning, and just update. I'm not that, and I don't.
Why are you not that?
I don't judge anyone for being that, and I think also as an actor, there's an element that you need to keep maybe mysterious, especially as cinema actress, because I think even directors want that sort of thing, and I think that's also me as a person.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of cinema actors having that thought, not being too out there for people to. I think we had this conversation.
This way we are not on the large screen. We are out there all the time. How do you handle people hitting on you?
I act dumb.
You're beautiful, you're young, you're attractive.
That's a good way of
avoiding
it.
Sorry, what's it?
Act dumb.
I act dumb.
Okay, yes.
I act like I don't
persistently.
I didn't get it.
I don't understand.
Persistently hitting on you, like, I'm not that dumb, but persistently, persistently hitting on you, stalking you.
No one has in the recent past, to be honest. I'm a mom now, so I don't think anyone has hit on me.
Being a mom is...
I know, true. It's not
doesn't bar you from being a victim.
I think also I feel like sometimes I also have a little bit of a barrier in terms of people approaching me, and maybe that has...
So you've been in the industry now.
I don't think too much, to be honest.
You've been in the industry now. Would you someday want your child to also join the industry? Knowing the know-hows of the industry?
But your face answer is no.
No, I'm not saying... it's so funny. My husband says, I don't want Arya to be a pilot. And I'm like, I don't want Arya to be an actress. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's up to her. Obviously, it's her choice. But I would push her to maybe do other things. And if she wants to, I definitely want to expose her to theatre and all of that, because I was exposed as a child to, films and movies and theatre, and I definitely want that for her. I guess it's up to her. Let's see.
The world your child is going to grow up in is a tough world. With this little mobile phone, one has instant access to pornography, and one can also delete history, and one can never get caught using my father's phone, for example. What fears do you and your husband have for your child?
As a mother and a father.
As parents. The world that she's just 1 year old.
Yeah.
But she has 80 years more to go.
Yeah.
It's a different generation altogether.
It is. Yeah. It's so different, and I think the world is so scary because the advancement in technology and
AI is worse.
Has been so rapid. But I'm sure, even at our parents' time, the internet just came out, and they would have also been scared of this big, dark internet. And I think with every generation, there's always something to fear. But I think, as new parents, and also just parents in general, I'm not the best person to give advice. I'm still new. But I think, just encouraging offline activities, encouraging sports, outdoor activities, human connections, meeting your friends, going out, playing. I think those are very important. And, monitoring what they do, being close to your children, and maybe understanding that the world now is different from when we were children, and to understand their problems, So yeah, it is scary, but she's only one, so I'll cross the bridge when she gets there.
You spoke about being a new mother. You entered the industry also as a person who didn't know anything about the industry, any advice that you can give young girls? They stop their careers once they become mothers, and they sometimes don't want to become mothers because of their careers. Any thought on that, and any advice that you can give?
To be honest, I do understand in a way why people stop. Because especially in acting and in our industry, there are no comforts to take your child on set. So if you're shooting on top of a mountain, I mean, like, how can you take your child? You know, it's harsh. The whole day they're doing nothing, so you can't. Like, even when I was shooting in Norelia for this Dubai show, I took her and I went, and she was so bored because I was out shooting and then I had to come back. Like, it just didn't make sense. Luckily, my parents, were there,
so you had
and
the support
my
system.
In-laws.
Yeah.
So it was better for her to be at home and for me to come every 1.5 days from Norelia. So that was the way I managed. But my advice would be, you can always work around it. If you can have some sort of support, that will help. Because I think as a mom, you need that if you're going to go to work, especially in this industry, because timing, you're out till late in the night, you're shooting till early morning. So it is difficult, but there are ways around it, and I think it's just about being smart and just working through, for sure.
Why did you not take part in the Miss Sri Lanka? Any particular reason why?
I'm not tall, and I'm not like Miss Sri Lanka material.
Let me not ask.
But there's one here, so enough of Barbie here.
I'm not like her.
Let's pass. Now, did you have? You said that you worked even after Arya was born. Did you have, and how did you handle postnatal depression?
I think because I was very active doing so many things, I didn't have the time to feel it. Of course, there were certain days where I felt a little down. I would say when I look back when she was 4 months and when she was 11 months, there were like 2 days where I was like, feeling a little sad and all of that. But I think that's normal, and I think it's really important to not let that get to you, because at the end of the day, this is a tiny baby. All she knows is you. You've chosen to bring her into this world, so you have to be strong. And that's how I looked at it. And thankfully, I had a good support system also, as I always say. That is so important, and I think that helps. For sure. And also, like, I still went out for a walk, I took her and went, walking in the garden, and just keeping myself a little active, getting some outdoor, sun and things like that. That really helps.
Okay, let me ask you this question. There are so much of award ceremonies happening these days, and everyone is about getting awards and not getting that meaty role and doing justice to it. Are you a fan of awards?
I mean, I would love to get an award. There's nothing I'm not against it. But I think for me, my debut film was an award in itself, for me, as accomplishment. For someone who's not from the industry, for someone who had to audition, for someone who studied it, wanted to do this from small days, I think I had reached, I was just so happy. So awards are like a plus, like a little cherry on top for what you do. But I never look at awards and act. I love the challenge of a good role or a good film, for sure.
Yeah, you brought up this fabulous thing that you studied theatre, or you studied the
graduated
art.
in actually.
So is it important that now most of these youngsters who get into films or teledramas, they are a winner of some pageant or contest and they automatically get the main role, and they study in the process? But do you think that proper education is important to master the art?
I don't think it's important, but I think it's an added bonus, and I think there are lots of talented people who haven't studied the craft. But I think with everything, if you study it, you always know it a little better, and I think there's always something to fall back on. So yeah, I think if you can do it, I think you must. I mean, you're not going to be an accountant without doing a degree, or something. So there's always with everything you kind of need to know. So again, I think it's a plus point for sure, but it's definitely not a necessity. I've seen so many talented artists who haven't studied it. I mean, they're just naturally talented, and they learn it through the process, for sure.
How do you physically and mentally get out of Dinara and get into those characters you played? What is that physical, mental, tangible process?
So for me, I read a script a couple of times. I envision myself as a character. I do like a character arc.
What?
A character arc.
Which is what?
So it's like basically it's an arc. So her journey. There's always a climax and then the end. So it's like her journey, and I write it down. I do a little bit of prep in that way. Discussions with the director, with the actor, and I think I get into the skin of the character. So when I do get on set, like I mentioned this in an interview with you previously, I just have to react. And I always say this because I think that is what it is. Acting is reacting, and when you're in the character, that's all you need to do.
Is there any role that you have in mind? I'll never do this kind of role, or I'll.
Character.
I don't want to do this. It'll not be good for my character as Dinara. Nothing like that.
You're open to any plus, minus, villainous, heroine, all that?
Yeah, I'm open to anything. I think I'm an artist, I'm an actor. I should be able to do any sort of, whether it's a villain, whether it's, anything. I should be open.
Would you do any of those highly commercial films full of songs and dancers and fights and
masala
movies? That formula thing, would you ever consider one of
The
those?
thing is, I have not done it.
If offered to you?
If it's a good script with a good story, a good director and good actors, maybe I'll consider doing a commercial film. But I'm not choosy like that, I can't be also. I mean, Sri Lanka is a small industry. We have very small projects and we have very few films. I've been grateful to get some good artistic films. But you know what? I don't mind.
But don't you think you're in that frame now that no one will approach you? No director is going to be bold enough to change that mold?
For a commercial film? Maybe they'll watch this interview and they'll know that they can cast me.
Be our guest.
Maybe Dekant,
Prasanna, Vimukti, Jayantha.
She's available for a commercial movie too.
You have a pilot for a husband. Your parents are fine. Your parents-in-law are fine. How well do you earn as an actress?
Not much.
Peanuts.
Not much. Honestly,
So
that's it. You don't need to hide it. Everyone knows. As an artist, as an actor.
So do you set a value or you just settle for what they are offering?
I set a value because I've done 5 films now and I think I can. But I think for someone...
Is your value accepted?
Yes, there is. We
Compromise
do have a
bargaining?
discussion process, especially when it comes to advertisements. I think with films, it's like, okay, you don't really, discuss much. But yeah, this is a reality of the industry, and this is why a lot of actors do other things like directing or singing or teaching, modeling, and
stage shows
and
commercials and things like
that. Because you need to. You can't just sustain yourself.
Yeah.
How much of all this do you owe to CMS Ladies College?
A lot. A lot. I was going to say everything, but it's not really everything because I owe most of it to my parents, but a lot because I think school really nurtured us to just get on stage for assembly, act, drama competitions, just, getting out of that stage fright and being on stage,
experimental area.
Yeah.
What was the feeling like to be a part of your school's 125th anniversary celebrations? Ladies College went to town.
Yeah, it was great. We were all like red and white. It was wonderful. There were so many old girls from all over the world who had flown down for this, all the events that we had. And it was nice to be a part of it and just to see this rich, heritage and, the culture and history that we had in school.
I'm okay with my last question.
Yeah. I just want to ask, what's next for Dinara? What is the next move professionally and personally?
So I think professionally, I have a project coming up. So I'm hoping I'm not sure when we'll start, but that is there in the pipeline. I have 2 films to be released this year, hopefully. And also I shot this UAE TV show last year. It's currently screening on Abu Dhabi TV, so everyone can watch that.
Can we watch it here?
You can watch it here. You can
Yeah.
download the ADTV app
Shan
and
was
you
also
can watch it.
saying that we can watch it.
Yeah, you can watch it
There
here.
was Ashan Dash, there was Yashoda, there was yourself, and
Ryan.
Ryan,
And Ryan.
Vijayarappa.
Yes. So it was exciting. I mean, it was so nice to act with them as well. And I think personally, I just want to be a good mom, you know. There's nothing much that I want, but definitely that's my next few steps.
So not an addition to the family very soon?
No.
You were a brain.
No, but it's good to have them close
So,
by.
I know
so that,
everyone
yeah.
says this. I'm like,
Let me think about it.
Okay, the last question on the show, taking Gaadi to the next level. Would you ever consider full-blown nudity on screen?
No.
Never.
No, never. And not that I judge anyone for it. I think art, at the end of the day, it's art, it's entertainment. So, I mean,
It is not you.
It's meant for certain people.
it's
but
not
for me.
not for me. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for being on our show. It has been
Thank
lovely talking to you. We got to know certain aspects of Dinara that I didn't know before. I mean, Kumar
You chatted a
has,
lot
yeah.
on all your shows, but it's nice as always.
Yeah.
So, thank you once again, and
Thank
good
you.
luck with
Thank
your
you for
career
having me.
and with motherhood and Arya. All the best to you.
We wish you all the very best, Dinara.
You know when to meet us, where to meet us, and what time to meet us. Until then,